All right, folks, we have what some might call a massive change to the XRP Ledger, with the XRP Ledger Foundation deciding to remove 3 validators from their UNL list. Now remember, UNL stands for Unique Node List. This is the 35 validators that get to vote on amendments and the direction of the XRP Ledger. And so the XRP Ledger Foundation has made the move here to remove 3 validators and add 3 new ones back. So the UNL list still remains at 35. Ripple did follow behind as well, because Ripple does publish a UNL as well. And so I wanted to give everyone an update on this massive change to the XRP Ledger, along with a market update and a little bit of a pullback that we've seen over the past 48 hours in the crypto space. Let's get right on into it. And before we do, I just want to remind everyone, all of our community resources are available at my website, ZachRector.com. Let's roll by starting off here, taking a look at the charts for Bitcoin. I'd already warned folks about this back up to 73,000. We said we're overbought. You ready for the pullback? We got it. It was 11% yesterday, and it extended overnight as well, now down 12.5% total from the all-time high that we just set earlier on Wednesday. Remember, we got the CPI release. All week long, we were warning, watch out for the bull trap rally. It extended. We got the release on Tuesday. Rally extended into Wednesday. And then we got the sell-off. It was about 11% to start here. And then over last night, yesterday, we dropped below 65,000, all the way down to basically 64.5. And so we had another massive liquidation taking place in the cryptocurrency space. And this is why I urge caution and don't get over leveraged right now. Unbelievable that people still go long even as Bitcoin goes into price discovery. This is the type of craziness that we are seeing in this market. And I dropped a video earlier today kind of explaining why I believe Bitcoin is the best instrument for speculation in this current environment. So check that out if you guys want to. Now, continuing on, XRP did drop down as well, down here to 62 cents right now. But what was interesting is it did hold 60 cents yesterday, and then we got that brief pullback to 58, but it did not last long at all. There is a lot of people buying these dips right now. We saw massive inflows on the overall cryptocurrency space, on kind of the main ones though, right? The meme coins are getting wrecked in these pullbacks, but we saw XRP actually hold 60 cents very well, which I know what people are already going to say, right? Oh, this coin's doing nothing. Every video I post, the sentiment is incredibly negative right now. Despite that fact, I'm just taking a look at this thing. I sit back and I say, well, you got absolute carnage, blood in the streets in the crypto space, and XRP's actually holding pretty strong. Now, it hasn't seen the upside that these meme coins have had, 200-300% plus, and it's not that I don't think that that's coming. Many people don't understand that you can be bearish on short-term time frames. You can be bearish. You can call out bull trap rallies, as we've done time and time again over the last 2 years. But nobody wants the alpha. Everybody just wants to call me a moon boy, read my thumbnail, read my, read the title of my video, be a headline reader, make a judgment, and call me a moon boy, without realizing that we've been calling every single one of these bull trap rallies, dropping the alpha for free. But it doesn't go along with the narratives that the haters want to spin up, does it? And I just asked them simply, how's your program working out? Continuing on, how big is the problem? 225 trillion is what we have just crossed for the world debt, unlike anything we have ever seen. And the pace at which this debt is growing now is rapid. The other problem that we face, silent recession. 42,000 job cuts this month so far in March. Remember, we already were at 78,000 last month and 103,000 in January. So we already have 200,000 job layoffs to start this year. Not looking good, folks. But I'm just going to go right on into the XRP Ledger update, and we got more content coming. You know, folks ask me, why do these shows got to be an hour long? Because they're my live shows where I break down all the macroeconomics, the economic data. You got to decode the data if you want to be able to understand it and actually effectively apply it to your investment thesis. And so, yeah, my lives are longer. That's how they're intended to be. And then I put out videos like this that's going to be about 10 minutes long, 10 to 15 minutes for the folks that don't have attention span and just want the quick, show me the next pump, right? this is not what we do over here. Without further ado, let's get right on into today's topic of discussion, which is the XRP Ledger Foundation removing 3 validators from their UNL list and adding 3 new ones. So here's the tweet that they put out. Let's move on over to the actual post right here. The UNL update March 2024. Remember, this stands for Unique Node List. The foundation puts one out, and so does Ripple. And the beauty of this update right here is it proves once again the decentralization of the XRP Ledger. This was done and put out by the foundation, and then Ripple also updated their UNL list after. So Ripple followed behind the foundation. Now the additions that they've made. Kisarip, I don't know how to say his name, but he has been added, an active and well-known member of the XRP Ledger ecosystem. XRP Kuwait, a dedicated infrastructure operator with both hubs and a validator. They bring a new geographical location for a UNL validator in the Middle East, Kuwait. Love to see that, by the way. On XRP.com, an NFT-related project on the XRP Ledger, they have demonstrated a commitment to continue operating high-quality infrastructure. So those are the 3 additions and the deletions. Brex.io, Flagship Solutions, and Ripple.idc at Tokyo.com. Now, what's interesting, you just take these public keys and you put them into the XRP scan over here. I'll show you this. This is XRP scan. And so you just plug in the public key into the search bar and it pops up right here for you. And I did a little bit of investigation to see who was running this validator. I wasn't able to find out who it was, but this appears to be a massive data center, massive infrastructure company. And so I don't know who set up this validator at this spot here in Tokyo, but this looks to be a big infrastructure data center in Tokyo that someone had set up a validator at. Just because it has Ripple there, I do not believe that this is affiliated with Ripple in any way. I think that they just titled it Ripple because they're running the Ripple D software, which is what the XRP Ledger software is actually called. It's called Ripple D. This is their public key, went to their website. That's what I was able to find. And then I actually went and I looked at the other ones, Flagship Solutions and Brex.io. Neither one of them had their websites working. And this is the problem, right? These are validators that haven't been responsive, right? I looked at the past Ledger transactions, and although they're in agreement, a lot of their transactions are being validated properly. They're not updating when updates come out, and they're not voting quickly when the amendments come up for voting, right? And there's more activity to be done. I'm kind of simplifying this for the average person that's not a techie, right? There's a lot more to be done as far as running and testing for bugs, implementing fixes. And this is what you see the leading validators doing is when these updates come out, when amendments come out, they're playing with it, they're breaking it, they're fixing it, where you have some of these validators who really haven't been doing much, right? And so I believe that the foundation made a great decision here to remove these validators from the UNL list. They're still nodes and they're still validators. They're just not on the 35 UNL list that's going to determine the direction of the XRP Ledger. We want that responsiveness. We want people that are active. And the beautiful thing, I'm going to put the Twitter account of all 3 of those validators in the description of this video, because I encourage everybody to go follow these validators on their Twitter, watch who's on this UNL list. And, you know, it's not so that we can pressure them to vote one way or another. It's so that we can give them feedback. It's so that we can follow and engage. And the more engagement that we get with them, the better this is going to be for the XRP Ledger going forward, right? I really like the idea that we know who this is. It's open source, it's permissionless, it's decentralized, but we have an idea who to ask questions, who's going to fix this thing if it goes down. And then the diversification geographically to Kuwait, I love that move as well. And so more progress for the XRP Ledger, and once again proving that the XRP Ledger is truly decentralized, with the foundation updating their list first. And this is actually the first thing that I did. I'll show you guys what I did. I went to the xrpscan.com, went to the validators. You can see that we have 650 nodes. Some of these nodes are about to get amendment blocked when we update to the new version, Ripple 2.1 is what we're running. But we got another update coming out. Some of these guys are going to get left behind because they're still running versions that are 3-4 versions behind. We have 650 nodes, 127 validators, and this is the list right here. You got Xspector, FTSO, XRP Scan, XRP Kuwait. See, this is the new one that's been added. The first thing that I did is I went to this, and this star shows you recommended by the XRP Ledger Foundation and Ripple. These are the two really, commonly accepted and agreed upon UNL lists. So the XRP Ledger Foundation puts one out, and so does Ripple. But what was interesting about this is that the foundation had made their move, and then I went and checked here, and right away, there must have been some coordination. I'm sure there was some communication behind the scenes with the foundation and Ripple, where they're saying, hey, we're about to make this move. We would recommend that you guys follow us. And this is exactly what Ripple ended up doing. So those 3 validators now added, and you can see that there. So this is the list right here, guys. See 35 stars right here. The UNL list, unique node list. And so when it comes to voting for AMM, which is set to go live here in less than a week, right? March 22nd. We got to cross the 80% threshold for any of these amendments to get adopted. And then we have to hold them for 2 weeks. And so the responsiveness that we're now seeing, the amount of nodes that have updated to the most recent version of the software, it's accelerating. And so we're getting a lot more responsiveness. And as I've been saying, we're finally getting the utility that we've been missing out on over here in the XRP Ledger. We've had a fast, cheap, efficient network for sending payments. We haven't had really much other utilities. We finally got NFTs a couple years ago. That was late. Now we're getting AMM. Next we get cross-chain bridge. Then we get decentralized identity. Then we get price chain oracles. Then there's a few other amendments as well that are already in consideration that I'll explain in separate videos. But this is the utility that remains and keeps me so bullish fundamentally on XRP. And the broader space as well on other utility projects. I mean, just look at Solana, for example. Solana just set a record 3.5 billion daily volume on their DEX. That's great. What's that coming from? Really mostly trading a bunch of crap on Solana, a bunch of meme coins, which if, some memes coming over to the XRP Ledger is going to help us out. That's great. But what I'm waiting for is institutional DeFi coming to the XRP Ledger, along with the ability for us retail investors to also be able to participate in the same DeFi and even the same liquidity pools as the institutional players coming on into the space that are choosing the XRP Ledger. So I believe that we're getting all of our ducks in a row as far as the XRP Ledger, the utilities, the DeFi, as we enter this next bull run. It's why, despite what today's price action's doing, I will continue to remain incredibly bullish on the fundamental level on the XRP Ledger. And I'm glad to see that the foundation made this move. And once again, reiterating that the XRP Ledger is truly decentralized and Ripple does not control it. If you appreciate that update, make sure that you like this video. Everything can be found at my website, ZachRector.com. And I will see you guys in the next one. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.